Here we go. One final map to decide who's going to be walking away with a victory in this epic best of three. We have Apeks versus Winstrike on Mirage. It is Winstrike who start out on the T side after a knife round that Apeks did pick up. There's a Croissant, pistol in hand. Well, it did for a moment. Does back away. Looks like they're going to go for a bit of a boost here to look towards CT, and I do like that. That is nice. Will it work out is a different question as the bomb is planted towards a Winstrike, getting a very quick bomb plant down. Apeks happy to concede that. They're going to go for the retake 5-on-5. There's Croissant with the opening kill, and there's Croissant with a lot of kills. A couple in return from Winstrike, but it is just Nickelback 1 versus 3. He spots out Dennis, gets a quick kill on that one, and with Scree still low on HP, I was about to say there's a chance. But that was quickly shut by Freddy Frog. Here's Apeks picking up the pistol round, securing themselves an early lead and an early statement with that retake through CT. Strike with that bomb plant. They're actually going to go for the force buy. A couple Galeals, an AK, a Deagle, and the Scout for Elian, who's been having a great couple maps. In fact, he's been rocking it. He's been feeling pretty good. Him and Lackey have been the ones finding shots, and Elian, he'll find one already in this round, nailing Relaxer. Croissant is there, ready to trade out. They do get the 4-on-4, and they're able to fall away as well in towards Connector. They get back to safety. A successful mission for the Swedes there. Well, I say Swedes, it's actually Croissant who got the kill, who is the only Norwegian in this roster right now. Winstrike, who's still left in a 4-on-4. They still have guns. Obviously, Nickelback with only a Deagle, but they can be very, very powerful. Seen many around where Deagles win it out, but with Dennis finding a nice frag with that FAMAS, things start to get a little less winnable for the Winstrike side, especially with Kreese on the flank as well. He'll be coming through Palace. They will get the bomb planted. Nobody's going to stop that one. There's a couple players towards CT. Just bide their time. Lackey has been able to take down a teammate, but kills found. It is just Lackey, and he's not ready for another player towards CT. Freddy Frog secures the final kill. It is Apeks securing a follow-up round, and very nicely done. Winstrike, another bomb plant, another force buy. I'm not sure if I like this. I mean, yeah, they found a few kills in that previous round, Winstrike, but yeah, actually, I respect what they're doing. They're trying to break the Apeks economy early on, but it's not going to be easy unless they hit more shots like that. Lackey, nicely done. Alongside Nickelback, they find a couple entries towards mid, secure that position, and give themselves a 2-man advantage. Croissant. That nade does limited damage towards Forrest. It makes him a little bit of a softer target, though, especially up against the MP9 that Croissant has. But Freddy Frog with one from short. He's going to get shot from the site, though, from B site. And that's going to open things up for Winstrike. It's just Croissant left, a 1v3. Long range with the MP9. That's not going to work. Switches out to the AK. That will work. And now, he's 1v2, but Krad, close range with the MAC-10, lays him to bed. And that is going to be Winstrike on the board. So it does work out in the end. And I'm glad I changed my mind about it about 10 seconds into the round. Chair's having a bit of a squeak again. I haven't even got on this chair that long ago. That's the sad thing. So, you know, what does that say about me? I don't actually need answers for that. Don't need answers for that. I know what the reason is. This should just be Winstrike closing out the round pretty simply here. 5 USPs. The MAC-10 is running rampant in towards that B site. They'll get the bomb planted. And happy days for Winstrike as they should have tied things up 2-2. But an absolutely stellar game so far. 2 very, very entertaining first maps, and I'm hoping Mirage is going to deliver more of the same here. We're not going to have a whitewash sort of end to this series. I mean, obviously 22-20 on the first map. It was the Winstrike side who managed to just about clutch out their map pick after a few map points from the Apeks side. As speaking, Apeks have found quite a few kills here. Nickelback will deny them any saving, but he's the only player who survives in that one from Winstrike. 4 kills from the Apeks side. That's impressive with default USBs, especially when the first kill was found cleanly as well by Winstrike. It was a 4-on-5 bomb planted, and they somehow find 4 kills. Fair enough. But, certainly, the first map overpass, very entertaining, followed up by a cracker of Dust 2. It's a little bit slow to get going, Dust 2. 10-5 first half by Apeks. It was looking like it was slipping away from them, though. Ended up 16-14 in favour of Apeks. So they just about clinched it. And now we'll see who's going to be claiming out Mirage. It looks like the A site going to be their point of impact. Lackey, well, that's the barrel spotted. That's the problem with the M4A1S, a very elongated barrel. That nade might just finish off Grassan. It doesn't. It does require Nickelback's AK to do the job. Look at the positioning from Dennis. He's still in towards Ninja. Or rather, the firebox. He could find a whole lot in this round. Oh, no! Alien's absolutely nailed him. He's done him absolutely dirty. Freddy Frog's been able to find 1, but maybe if Dennis had found at least something from the firebox position there, there could have been an impact. There could have been something for the Apeks side to work with. Instead, Forrester's going to tap away the head of Kreese and give Winstrike that lead. Alien. He is just so quick on the AWP. We've seen him so many times with the AWP now, finding these magical shots. And it actually boggles the mind sometimes. I quite often switch to the player who I think is going to get the kill in some situations. Like, especially, I thought, Dennis. Right, I'll start talking about him. I'll switch over to him, and he'll get a quick kill or 2 here. He might even win the round. For no, Elian just absolutely nails him. Fair enough. And it is just pistols in this one for the Apeks side. Lucky with the MAC-10, hoping to build up a bit of cash here. $600 per kill will be going his way. There's 2 of them before Dennis finally takes him out. But Dennis, the last player alive, they know his position. They'll send the bomb to A. They'll send everybody else to B to kill him, probably. Minute on the clock. He will go down. Brad nails him down with a MAC-10. Another $600 there for the Winstrike economy. As now, Apeks, they should get themselves the buy-up. Apeks. This is the point where you start to want to try and get in the game now. If you don't, it's probably going to be Winstrike getting to 6. And it's not exactly a terrible scoreline, 6-2. So far, it's just... You'd rather have that sort of decent start. At least keep things toe-to-toe with the opponent. Whereas 6-2 is starting to get to that point where Things are getting out of your control. The things are getting away from you. It's going to take quite a few rounds in a row to tie things up. It looks like the B site is the Winstrike's choice of assault. Got Kradding towards underground, holding that position for the Winstrike side. And as they push forward, Kreese, he gets one from short, playing around the pillar. He's able to find a second. Eventually, Nickelback will take him down, and Crad, he's been spotted out towards Connector. He's buying time. He's taken down Grasson. He's found one of the rotations. And now, this is a bit awkward. 30 seconds on the clock. They're going to send the bomb back towards that A site. Crad doesn't have a great hold to stop the rotations coming back over. He's in Connector, and now his teammates will join him. They'll smoke off towards short, and that gives him a lot of cover. So, nicely done from Winstrike there to seize the opportunity, getting towards that A site. And Apeks now, well, hoping Dennis could have found something quickly, hoping it may have just been one or two players. But it doesn't matter, because Nickelback, he finds the shot, and it's Freddy Frog just holding on to an AWP. Hoping that maybe someone will walk into his crosshair. He can get an easy kill. But for now, that will not be the case. And Winstrike, they're going to exit through other routes. Brad will upgrade himself to an M4. That was actually a very long-range kill he got with that Mac 10 as well. From connector to what was essentially triple box. Against a play over rifle. Nicely done. Essentially won Winstrike the round as the hit towards B was starting to fall apart. In other news for the other games, Sprout Namiga, the only other game still going on. You can catch that over at ESL CSGO. That is currently sat at 13-9, favouring Sprout on the final map. Want to check that out. The only other game that was going on today was Anonymo versus AGO, and Anonymo actually won that one out 2-0. Damage was casting that. He's been around in the chat recently, so if he's still around, maybe you could... How was that game, Damage, if you're still around? But now our sights are firmly set on Apeks versus Winstrike, as it's Winstrike who hold themselves a 5-2 lead, and the AWP's obviously saved for Freddy Frog. My headset's beeping at me that it's running out of power. It's a wireless headset, so let me just plug myself into the Matrix. I'll be able to read game like nobody else. There we go. And push forward. Freddy Frog is completely blind, and they gambled Apeks that either Freddy Frog would be able to hold the line with the AWP or that they'd go towards B, as they had everybody else over on the other side of the map. And it is going to be the A site falling very quickly. It's a couple deagles, a MP9, but a nice shot from Gruss catches Crad looking the other way. And somehow Lackey's found a knife kill? Okay. That's fair. There's a cool $1,500 in his pocket and a few style points to go with it. He's topped up on his style card. Not sure what shops you can use it at, but he's got them if he needs them. But it is 6-2 now for the Winstrike side. And I mean, Dennis, he saves an AK out of that round. So that's decent, I guess. I'm hoping Apeks can start to find a comeback here with this double up setup, as the first two maps have been super, super entertaining. I don't want Mirage to be a letdown. Which at the moment, Winstrike looking pretty good for. Freddy Frog wins out that fight against Delian, who misses his shot. Actually fired off first. That's the opening kill for the Apeks side. Nicely done as well. Of course, we had Dust 2, which ended the first half 10-5 in favour of Apeks, and that still ended up as an absolute banger, so maybe we'll have more of the same here. Don't tune away just yet. Still plenty to go in this game. Apeks, obviously with the opening kill in this round, potential to find a third on the board and start somewhat of a bounce back into this game. Get some momentum behind them and start plucking the rounds away. We'll need to find at least a few more in this first half. Be hoping to get maybe 6 or 7 at least on the CT side of Mirage. At least gives you the chance in the second half. Now, we can push forwards. Forrester's been able to deal with Kreese pretty effectively. Freddy Frog's still mooching around over at this B site. Players around him, but Forrester is the one to pick him off. He's only allowed 1 kill before he's found, but with 2 players left alive for Winstrike, make that 1. Forrester is been clapped by Dennis there. Now it's Nickelback 1 versus 3. And Croissant, winning from the short angle, does leave him little room to wiggle. And his Apeks up to a third, and maybe this is the beginning of a bit of a bounce back for them. It is now 3 rounds between the 2 teams, and obviously not a huge deficit, but still quite early in the game. You don't want to allow it to get too far. That's for sure. That's it. That's a bit of a squeak again. In other news, I believe Sprout, Namiga... what's that at? 15-11 to Sprout. So they're probably going to close it out here. It is just lollipopping a 1 versus 4. So, good luck to him. Looks like Sprout are going to close that 16-11. As turning our attention back towards this game. We're into the 10th round, and Lackey looking to try and create a bit of space towards mid with the assistance of his teammates. Elian posts up watching connector with that AWP. No real contention from the Apeks side to try and fight back in this position. They've left it pretty open for the taking, in fact, for the Winstrike side. Instead, they're going to have a little bit of a look towards the ramp. And Forrester could get caught out. He will definitely get caught out there. Grassan and Dennis, they combine for the kill. Relaxer cucks 1, peeking through the smoke from connector. And Dennis, well, he's trying to find space towards ramp, but he gets caught out. Winstrike left in a 2 versus 3. Lackey and Elian, if they could do this, this would be huge. Elian realizes they do, in fact, need the bomb. That is crucial when you're attacking the bomb site. You do need to have that. He chucks it over to his teammate, and he will instead cover with the AWP, looking for the pick towards CT. Will collect. 2-on-2 ensues, and now they can get some decent after-plant positions as well. They do need to watch out for Kreese, though, coming from the ramp. Well, Lackey, he was watching for it. Can't find the kill. Leads things up towards Elian. A 1 versus 2. Spots out Freddy Frog. Now knows where the 2 players are. Misses his chance onto Kreese as well. But a Tech 9 has been graced by God with that shot. Leaves it in a 1 versus 1. Where's Freddy Frog? There he is. He bounces into the crosshair of Elian. He finds the shot and will get the defusers. Apeks, they find another round. Thought for a moment there. Thought for a moment it was going to be the opportunity for Elian. Sprout versus Namiga has just ended. It was 16-11 for Sprout, so they'll close out the series 2-1. So, yeah, we're the only game still going, I guess. Happy days for Winstrikers. They pick up a couple opening kills, huge frags from them, in fact. And nail down 2, and it's going to be Elian able to trade out his teammates. Nickelback's death was not in vain. This should be Winstrike shutting this down. Crad deals with Dennis, and now it's all up to Freddy Frog, who will find one. Winstrike need to be careful. They don't give up too much here. Keep these last 3 players alive. It looks like they should be fine to do so. Freddy Frog isn't really challenging all too much. They'll flashbang their way in towards CT. That does divert Freddy's attention for a moment. But he does also watch out for the murder hole as well. And there's the double peek from CT. 7 on the board for Winstrike. You see an Alien carry Winstrike solo while the coach was standing in Hooch, SKS. Okay. I mean, yeah, Aliens just seems pretty nutty. Oh no! Why have they done that? Why is Kreese taking a deagle round through the back of his skull to break the murder hole? That's not how you meant to do that. Oh dear. Luckily, you know, it's unarmoured pistols for the majority. Only Freddy Frog and Dennis rock in some Kevlar. Should be pretty simple for the Winstrike side. Although Lackey takes a decent chunk off of his HP. He's down to 26, only the Mach 10 for him. No sound mins? Probably turn on your speakers, I guess. Been on the stream for a while, not had any complaints about no sound. Although you can't hear me if you've got no sound, so I don't know why I'm saying this. But yeah, just off the back of what you're saying, SKS, about Alien being nutty. There's actually quite a lot of like Super 6 CIS talent in these sort of Tier 2, 3 teams. One player I rate just massively, or a couple players I rate massively, in fact, is one's Yakinda from Virtus Pro. But I think a lot of people think he's nutty. But I sort of fell in love with him as a player at the IEM New York event this year, online. Or last year, I should say. Online. And commentating him was an absolute joy. It was pure joy, honestly. But he's just so sick and also super humble, super like such a team player as well. He's gonna be absolutely mental, and obviously as well Dexter. He is another sick talent coming out of CIS. So there's a lot of like awesome talent in that waiting in the wings in CIS that I think is going to be super mental when it's allowed a top tier chance. But a 1-for-1 trade early in this round. And with Nickelback very low on HP, Apeks have a chance at 5, especially with Relaxer catching Alien off guard there. Not easy to beat Alien in a 1-on-1, I guess. Whew. Maybe shouldn't have gone for that peak Relaxer. His brains are splattered all across the wall now. So that's fun. Or maybe not so fun for Relaxer, as he now has to watch the round after he gives up the advantage. Dennis, though, is able to reclaim it. And is he going to go for the repeat? Yes, he is. And he gets caught out as well. These Apeks plays, you don't need to keep going for these for more. If Dennis just falls back through connector there, I'm pretty sure he's safe. Freeze will, however, close out the round. 2 kills for him. As they're pushing it through connector. So a 5th on the board. Winstrike, they've already secured the lead for half-time. I take a sip of water. They've already secured the lead of half-time, so the best Apeks can hope to achieve is 7 if they claim these last 2 rounds. Which, I mean, looking like Winstrike will have a couple decent buys here. Obviously, we've got a sick buy now. They have a bit of cash in reserve, especially if they get the bomb plant here They lose, they should have a pretty solid buy, but a nice shot from Relaxer. Plays with the timing, and do they expect Rasan up close? No, they do not. Nice work from Apeks there to secure themselves the advantage, but now they give it up again. Croissant went aggressive instead of falling back into the site, and that opens up the Palace for a big push that wraps in and gives the Winstrike side a advantage back in their favour. Kreese spots out Crad, can't quite draw the gun in time to find the shot, and Elliot needs to watch out for the flames at his feet, and that flashbang is huge. Not physically. Mentally, it's huge. As Crad forgets which way you're meant to peek around a corner. It's all up towards Freddy Frog, but Elian should have this shot, no worries. And he will. That was super quick. 9 for Winstrike. Yeah, SKS. Yeah, stream's on 150-second delay, so yeah. Apologies for that, but glad you learned a bit about CIS Counter-Strike. It's actually really fun to watch some of the CIS tournaments. There's some super sick talent in there, but yeah, I mean, competitive integrity comes first with these sorts of games, which is why the delay's on. Just to try and prevent stream sniping and the likes much as possible. But Northug, aka Apeks, with themselves just a few MP9s, a couple Deagles, make that a single Deagle as Elian picks off an opening frag. Looking for more though, Winstrike, to secure this A site, and may just get a bit more. Everybody's been absolutely ransacked towards that A site. It's just Freddy Frog remaining, who does get one. Quick trade from Nickelback, though. And it's a 10-5 half for Winstrike. So, pretty... well, the opposite of what happened on Dust 2. It was 10-5 in favour of Apeks in the first half. We'll see if things go Winstrike's way and they're able to close things out pretty cleanly. Whether Apeks can try and fight back. Maybe the pistol round would help them out here. Will definitely help them out, in fact. We'll just have to wait and see, though. A couple people still asking about Northug in chat. Why is it Northug at the top and not Apeks? I believe, well, basically their Esea team is called Northug. And as far as I've been told by not at all credible sources in the Twitch chat earlier, Northug is like a Norwegian or Swedish skier or something, winter sports athlete, something like that. So basically the team name's a bit of a meme, but it is Apeks. It is Apeks. So we get ourselves into the second half. 10-5 lead for Winstrike, who now position themselves on the CT side. It's going to be Elian towards mid. USP in hand. Well, Apeks take a very steady start into this. Not wanting to go too aggressive early on. Try and find a pick. They're happy just to sit back and relax for the time being. Very, very sedate opening. Now a bit of aggression top mid. Elian is drawn to top mid, and there's the couple quick kills. They should seal out the round already, in fact. A 5-on-3. No damage really done in return. Elian, I mean, he takes, I think, 1 bullet and all of that. Now, rest of Apeks will try pushing in towards the A site, but not if Karad's just going to nail off the head of Grassan. Eventually, Relaxer has found one, but there's still 4 more players to find. And Nickelback with a P2K. Unorthodox. It works out as he gets himself a double, and it's 11-5. This could be a nail in the coffin here for the Apeks side. they don't really... Well, they didn't get the bomb plant. They're going to be 2k per player. Do you go for the force buy here? They choose not to. They'll buy absolutely nothing. And with San burning out in towards the apartments as well, this is a surefire round for Winstrike. I'll probably be back tomorrow with some more games. If, well, depending on what's being covered already. I don't think there's an official Esea ESL stream for the games. They only stream Tuesdays now, I think. So there's a few games on tomorrow. I'm depending on what's going on, I might cast one of them. I'll have to wait and see. My stream will be on HLTV though again. So if you do see it up there, please feel free to drop by. Always great to have people tune in and enjoy the stream. Even if you don't enjoy it, thanks for tuning in, giving me viewers. Winstrike just closing out the end of that round. If you do enjoy my commentary, if you do enjoy the stream, one way to really spoil me, give me a stiffy, would be to follow me on Twitter. That would be absolutely great. Fozzabot is posting it in the chat periodically, and it's also in the stream title. So do feel free, if you enjoy me, to check me out on Twitter at DanChanCSGO. But honestly, thank you for tuning in, and I hope I'll see you again. But with Dennis finding an opening kill into this next round, it is going to be Apeks with an advantage, but it's short-lived. A nade and an MP9 combine for a kill apiece. Now, what do Apeks decide to do here? They've still got range advantage on a lot of these Winstrike players. 3 MP9s and a FAMAS. The couple AKs, the Galil, could definitely still find the kills required. Just one needed to try and bring it back into a 4-on-4. And yeah, mods, if you're seeing spoilers in chat, do give them a swift timeout. Clap them down, smite thee down like Zeus. I believe actually the Forza game got rescheduled, Edward. From what I checked, yeah. The Forza game has been rescheduled to the 3rd of March tomorrow. So no, there isn't a Forza versus Winstrike tomorrow, unfortunately. Winstrike 13 on the board for them. Right, I'm gonna time out this guy. Is it a Bend who's putting loads of spoilers in? There. Stop spoiling the game, guys. Come on. There's people here who actually want to watch. You might not want to. You might just be here because you're betting, but don't ruin it for the other people. As I mean, this should be a pretty simple round for Winstrike yet again. As actually, Freddy Frog, a couple kills with a Tech 9, might be able to find something with this, as they don't have the bomb. But Forrester swinging in. Last alive in a one-on-one. Surely Freddy Frog doesn't get this at this range with a Tech 9. Surely this can't be real. And as he peeks around the triple box, Forrester didn't know he'd gotten there. And somehow, I mean, Apeks just sprinting towards the A site. They get a few kills with the Tech 9s and somehow win it out in a 1v1. So that works, I guess. Oh dear, oh dear. So, a lifeline for Apeks here. Are they going to be able to find anything with this? Was it just a flash in the pan? Who knows? You know, stay tuned, find out. We'll all experience it together. That nade does decent damage towards the Apeks players in towards that underground tunnel. Alexa providing a bit of overwatch with the AWP. But Winstrike happy to give up a bit of control as Nickelback catches Dennis, trying to peek in towards the window, and a flurry of kills come through from Winstrike, leaving just Freddy and Grassan last alive as they try to find mid control, try to get window control. And this should be 14 for Winstrike, and it looks like it was just a bit of a flash in the pan from Apeks with the pistols. They're not able to grab hold of the lifeline that was sent over to them. And they're not really going to be able to buy up in the next round either. It's only Relaxer who has much of any cash. Tries to throw a Molotov behind him to bait in the peak. Don't worry, I'm not playing. Apeks would be doing a lot worse if I was. Right now, 14-6. A bit of a disappointed final map all in all after the first two banging maps, but you know, you can't have everything in this world. It's been a great first best of 3 in the Esea Premier for myself, and I hope to have many more like this. But right now, Apeks with a couple Deagles, a Mac-10, a Galil, and an AK is all that they have to work with. Not really what you'd be wanting in this situation. I mean, I'd prefer to have 4 AKs and an AWP. Don't know about you. Nice shot to trade out the frag. Elian's having a bit of a mare. Eventually gets himself another frag with the AWP, peeking up behind the box, and Winstrike there finding kill after kill here. Elian, he's finding shot after shot. One more to get. Freddy Frog is all that remains, and I mean, he will take down Elian. Slays the giant, but there's still 3 of his minions left to pick up the pieces, and as it is going to be 15-6. It's like one final round. As Apeks, they get anything they can up into this one. A couple Deagles, a couple AKs, a Galil is all they have to work with. And with a couple opening kills already, it's surely set in stone. Elian picks himself up another. Freddy and Kree, the last 2 alive, unless they can find some miracle with the Deagle and the AK. It's going to be 16 for Winstrike. A very strong final map. All up towards Freddy. And he gets 1, but with 4 points of health remaining. I wouldn't be betting on him myself. Bit of damage towards Elian. That will be it. Nickelback swings round the corner. Secures the final kill for the final round. And the final map for Winstrike in this best of 3. They will secure it 2-1. And it will be a long series, but a very, very entertaining one. I started at 7 GMT. It's now 11:15. So, almost 3 hours, but it's been very entertaining. I hope you've enjoyed it as well. I'm hoping to hop back on for some games tomorrow, as I mentioned. So, if you are interested in any of them, check them out. If I'm not on them either way, then I'm sure to be some more great games in the ESEA Premier with some great commentators for them. But that's all from me. Thank you. If you enjoyed the stream, be sure to check out my Twitter at DanchanCSGO. Maybe even give it a follow if you're feeling cheeky. It would make my night and my whole week. But don't be getting any ideas about that one. All right, cheers. Thank you, and I will see you next time.